Let's talk about John 17:3. Let's pull it up. It says, "And this is eternal life, that they may know you, the only true God." The argument is that that means Jesus cannot be God. So we can go about this two different ways. The first way is to just use basic English to understand what that says. Okay? So when you read it, it says that they may know you, the only true God. They claim that that eliminates anybody else from being God. But does it? I'll give you an example. If I say pine is only a tree, that would not eliminate oak or maple from being a tree, because they are also only a tree, right? So, if I were to say only pine is a tree, that would eliminate oak or maple or any of that. But that's not what it says, right? So now we can see that the word only modifies true God and not the Father. So that's the first way that you go about it. Second, which I think is the most hilarious, people who use this argument stop right there, that they may know you, the only true God, and then they stop. Well, let's read the rest of the verse first, and we'll see what the context says. But let's read it in its entirety to see what it actually says. It says, "And this is eternal life, that they may know you, the only true God, and Jesus Christ, whom you have sent." So eternal life is having a relationship with the Father and having the exact same relationship with the Son. Now I'm confused. In the very verse that they bring up to argue that Jesus is not God, he is putting himself equal with God. But to make it worse, if we only read a couple of verses before, a couple of verses after, we get the entire meaning of this verse. So let's start at verse 1. We're going to read to verse 5. Okay? Verse 1 says, "Jesus spoke these things, and lifting up his eyes to heaven, he said, Father, the hour has come. Glorify your Son, so that the Son may glorify you." So now the Son is being glorified? Who else in the entire Bible gets glorified in that way? Nobody. Let's keep reading. "Even as you gave him authority over all flesh, that to all whom you have given him, he may give eternal life." So wait a minute. So Jesus is the one that gives eternal life. I thought that's something only the Father can do. Only the one true God can do. Only the true God can give eternal life. Oh no. The Father gave him authority to do so. But that means he already had the power to do it. He just gained the authority to do it, not the power to do it. He already possessed that power. So again, Jesus is equal to the Father in the fact that he can give eternal life the same way that the Father can give eternal life. Let's continue. Now we get to verse 3. We've gone over this. And this is eternal life, that they may know you, the only true God, and Jesus Christ, whom you have sent. You have the Father, you have the Son. You have to know them both intimately in order to get eternal life. This is verse 4. I glorified you on earth, having finished the work which you have given me to do. Verse 5 says, Now, Father, glorify me together with yourself. Together, they're equal. With the glory which I had with you before the world was. Now, what does that mean? So think about this. If there was no world, there would be no space. If there's no space, there would be no time, because time, space, and matter need to come into existence at the exact same time. So if Jesus existed before time, space, and matter, that means he would exist for all eternity. So can we please stop trying to use this verse to prove that Jesus is not God? Because in this entire passage, it proves nothing other than he is God. And Christians, if you're unfamiliar with this, I hope it helps you to understand what's going on here and use this to your best advantage. God bless.